Anyway, Ananta, gameplay trailer was released. Let's take a look.
Wait, it's shut down?
We just got here. How's it already closed? And who told us to come here in the first place? Oh, it was...
Paycheck? We still haven't got our paycheck!
Bitch, better have my money. Nobles, I give you Anime GTA 6.
It's right ahead.
This looks so good. Can't wait to play. This looks fun. Yes. It looks like so much fun.
Huh?
And people who have demoed the game have said there's a dating sim element to it. They've even shown it off on some videos. So, your favorite gacha anime waifu? You can date her. You can riz her up. And this game definitely has some super cute, super sexy waifus. Flame on.
You sure you want to do that?
We're taking time. What a huge mosquito.
Certainly knows how to make an entrance. Metal Gear.
Guess I should go grab some help.
Oh yes, and you can alternate between characters similar to what we saw in GTA 5. Yes, it's anything, the anime game.
Yep, come with me.
Yes, we definitely want to perform a strip search on her. To be continued. And you also get to do hacking stuff. Outfits are apparently going to be the big thing that are purchasable in the game. Fights! Imagine this is the first full dive game. I know, right? One of the enemy factions is a Japanese motorcycle gang. It's Batman!
This traffic's still so backed up. Good thing I can fly.
This is also Spider-Man traveling for one of the characters.
Hello, Cap, are you there?
Are you talking to me or hosting a block party?
I found him, 6th floor, middle room facing south. But next time, I'm done playing the delivery guy.
Did your cover get blown?
Look at the time! What's taking you so long?
Huh? I'm already skipping red lights as it is.
I know, I'm just venting about the roasting I got today. Good thing I'm chill or I'd be robbing all their takeout. Forget it, just make sure you don't get caught.
Chill. I'm almost there.
Replica of
I won't get
Ginza.
pinched.
Oh, hello. The lift was out.
Hey! Cap? Cap!
Doesn't this song sound similar in beat and tone to Vice City's trailer? I think so. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the GTA trailer. And to be honest, I'm not really... I don't know if I've got any interest in playing the new GTA game, GTA 6. Even though it is supposed to be based out of Vice City, I don't know. Without Dan Houser at the helm, and without Laszlo doing the radio stations, it's just not going to be the same. I'd rather play Ananta and Neverness to Everness, which is a similar game. Got a lot of the same features. Anyways, this one came out a few days ago with updates on Ananta, including a female version of the main character. Let's have a look.
How's it going, everyone? Coming off the heels of Tokyo Game Show, we have gotten a absurd amount of Ananta updates. Some of it's getting lost in the shuffle. I feel like most of you guys have checked out the lengthy gameplay demos. Certainly drawing comparisons to other games that have come out. Certainly feels like they took some inspiration from existing
The song in question I was thinking of was I Run So Far Away. Oh, yes, Flock of Seagulls.
games, but hey, I don't think that's a bad thing whatsoever, and creating this sort of mishmash with a great anime aesthetic art style. I think the game looks incredibly vibrant. I'm very excited for it. So there's a lot of points we got to talk about in this video. Specifically, another main character, some gameplay aspects and details as far as monetization goes, and a potential release window for the game, which we'll cover at the end of this video. But off the top, I do want to know that Ananta, at this point, all of the gameplay that you guys have been seeing has highlighted the male main character. However, it looks like there will be a female main character as well. The female lead has been confirmed and the plot direction has been set, as noted on the Ananta News X account. In the Q&A image provided, it also mentions the following. Although the game emphasizes freedom, it also seems like there's no character customization. Why was that design decision made? Also, I'd like to know whether a female squad leader will be introduced. The answer to that was to highlight the squad leader's personality trait. We removed face customization. Players can still change their appearance, though, purchasing clothing and outfits, which makes up for the lack of facial customization. As for the female,
I mean, I think face customization, do you really need it for a game like this? I don't think you do. I think the clothing and outfit customization is enough. Face customization is just Honestly, it's too much of an opportunity for people to make the MC ugly, and thus they ruin their own experience. You may as well not even give them the opportunity to do that. Because you know they're never going to take responsibility for that sort of thing. They're going to blame the devs and everyone else on that. So it's like, yeah, you know what? We're just going to make this easier for you. The face on the MC is what you get, and customization comes through clothing and outfits.
Female squad leaders, it's not that they don't exist, we just haven't revealed them publicly yet. In the official release, players will be able to choose between a male or female squad leader depending on the choice. Some dialogue and cooperative actions will have slight differences, but the overall storyline will remain basically the same. I actually kind of like that idea.
Not too uncommon. We've seen this before with plenty of other, like the Mass Effect trilogy. You also saw it a bit with the second Deus Ex game, Invisible War.
As far as not offering a slew of customization options as far as the facial design, because then you are kind of locking the game away as something that is super customizable. And you, at the end of the day, something that is super customizable, there are going to be some handicaps you have for narrative storytelling, and it does feel like this is a game they are putting some emphasis on the storytelling and the narrative, which I'm very much excited for. It does
yes,
look
and
like
as well they should. I mean, we play video games to have fun, but we also want to have fun while the game is telling us an interesting story.
this is going to be a story-focused game to an extent. To an extent, it's going to have its live service elements there as well, and I don't know how they're going to handle the story as far as on release. Is there going to be a start point and an end point? Live service games usually handle that a little bit differently, but it does feel like there is that story focus, which I'm very interested in. And for somebody like me, you know, I do like to play a lot of my games solo, even with these games that do have a focus on multiplayer. And yes, that's our next point. Similarly to GTA 5
Oh yes, we're also getting a multiplayer element with Ananta. This is going to be huge, chat. With the dog water stories we've seen in big games lately, a good story would be nice. Yeah.
Online, you can tackle missions with your friends. In the interview with IGN Japan, will multiplayer allow you to freely explore the city with your friends? It supports multiplayer, but rather than playing with a large number of random players like in an MMORPG, it's designed for playing with friends. Of course, you can enjoy it solo or team up with friends to tackle a high difficulty mission. So
we've seen this set up with games like Genshin Impact, for example. It does have a multiplayer function. Wuthering Waves is another one that has a multiplayer function once you reach a certain level, but it's designed to where you play with your friends. You don't play with random strangers. I mean, I suppose you could play with random strangers, but the idea is that you play with your friends.
So it's not going to be an overabundance of people in one world. Rather, it is more focused and tailored for you to play with your friends. I am curious about
Small
how many
groups.
people are going to be able to populate a server. Like, is it going to be 4 people, 8 people, 12 people, around that range? And how many people are going to be able to group together to tackle quests or just explore?
I don't think this studio is prepared for the amount of people who want to do multiplayer. I think we need to be prepared for the possibility that the servers are going to be a bit jammed up in the beginning to where you're not going to be able to find a server for you and your friends to play on. I think we just need to prepare ourselves for that possibility that, yeah, you're probably going to be playing solo for a while. Yeah, server's going to catch on fire. True and real.
For the city, I think this is one of those games that having a game where you can just sit back, relax, and have a lot of exploration elements, and you and a group of friends, and keep it a little bit tailored back. You know, 8 people a server, however they decide.
Chat, give me a couple of minutes. Okay. Sorry about that, chat. Just had to run to the bathroom real quick.
To go whatever they think is going to be best to keep the world intact. I do think is going to be the best route to go, but even for just pure exploration, I think multiplayer could be a key element of this game, so it'll be interesting to see that play out as well. Monetization has been such a big talking point with Ananta, and there's certainly been a lot of people rejoicing over the fact that this game isn't going to be a gacha game. You know, it really depends on how you define a gacha game. What it is the gacha elements won't be tied to the characters, which for most people, I feel like that is enough to be like, hey, it's not a gacha game. It is going to be an instance of clothing and other customization options. Those are going to be tied to the monetization. 4Gamer asked, I heard that instead of there being character gacha, skins and other items will be available as paid features. It was noted, for example, clothing design. There will be shops selling clothes within the city, but special event outfits will require payment. We're also considering elements such as modifying cars and motorbikes, which will allow players to create what's known as Itasha cars. Now, this is something that you can clearly see from this quote. It's a work in progress as far as monetization.
Yeah. Example of Itasha cars. If any of you have seen, cars that have like sexy anime waifus or cute anime girls festooned upon the sides and the rear, that's an Itasha car. In fact, I can show you an example. Most recently, this is cosplayer and based VTuber enjoyer Nekomata Hayate. She did an Itasha of her brand new, lovely Subaru Impreza with the theme of Fuwamoko. So you've got Mokoko on one side and Fuwawa on the other side. That's a fancy car. Yeah. I mean, it really is an entry-level luxury car, and it's absolutely fantastic. Those of you who are in the market for a new car, even a gently used car, look at a Subaru Impreza. They hold their value very well. They are supremely reliable. You won't be disappointed. They're just eminently practical. And then on the bonnet here, you've got Fuwamoko coming together. Just all the bow loveliness. And this does appear to be a Japanese car, parked in a car park or parking garage somewhere in Japan, at least from the looks of it. Could be wrong, could be Singapore, not sure. She's very Japanese coded, so I'm thinking this is actually in Japan. Here's another example. Someone doing a Fuwamoko Itasha on Toyota. I think this is a Toyota Corolla. Cosmetics being the only thing that worked for TF2 to work for this. I think that element alone has the ability to be quite disruptive. It has the ability to be quite disruptive to this sort of industry of gacha games, because we have to remember, Ananta started out in life as a gacha game before they jettisoned that whole concept. I think it could prove to be quite disruptive and signal a change in the tastes of gamers, to where we may actually start to see people moving away a bit from gacha games, and existing gacha games possibly having to retool their format to remain relevant and competitive. Because games like Ananta, they've got the potential to draw a lot of audience away from Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, even from Wuthering Waves and some of these other gacha titles. I think Sword Art Online was one of those. And then all the Fate games. And I think tastes are starting to change to where people don't really want to pull for characters or effectively to gamble. I can imagine if the game does exceedingly well, the next company to fall in line with the trend with the EA because of the recent buyout. Yeah, that's one thing that does appear to be quite the relief with Ananta is everything we've seen, it just exudes quality, but also doesn't have any of the woke bullshit. And big part of that has to do with it's a Chinese studio that's making this, and they don't go in for that sort of thing.
Monetization goes, but they are outright saying that there won't be character monetization, which I find that to be rather incredible at this stage of the game, because I think this is a game that they would easily be able to monetize it from the character output standpoint, and there is that inherent level of interest that there's the potential to make a lot of money right away. But I think for Ananta, this is a game that you should absolutely
There's always future patches.
The long term at this stage of the game should be building as much goodwill as possible, and it really does feel like there's a lot of goodwill around this game. And how do you take that goodwill to overdrive? Well, tell people that you're not going to do what a lot of other games in this category do with monetizing characters, making them difficult to get. And yes, you can make a lot of money in a vacuum. In a vacuum, you can generate a lot of revenue from your hardcore players. However, if you treat the consumer with respect, ultimately, I feel like that money will come back on the back end, and you'll be able to get other monetization aspects, whether it be...
Yes, and that's that is exactly what they're doing here. This is showing your customers a lot of love and just really giving them a lot of really good and valuable freebies. They've done well here. They've done really well. Yeah, and this, I mean, we think it's good now. This has the ability to be quite disruptive.
Season passes tied towards, customizable options and things of that nature. But if you keep the core fundamental gameplay options available to every player, I think ultimately that'll not only increase the overall amount of people playing the game, it gets you that level of goodwill where so many people are going to be talking about the game, promoting the game when it comes out, and those people, because they're invested into the game, have a higher likelihood of spending money on the customization aspects, and I think it's a win-win. This market and this area of games, there is a little bit of competition there, but to differentiate yourself and at the same time build quite a lot of goodwill, I feel like this is such a great thing that they're doing. And yes, easy for me to say on a video, oh, don't monetize the game, don't monetize characters. It's a free-to-play game. At the end of the day, there needs to be some sort of monetization. Those servers
Yeah,
are
they have to make their money back
video games
somehow.
are designed to make money. However, if you can find that balancing act and you can strike that balance of making money while also treating the consumer with at least some sort of respect, I think that is the best way to go. And it looks like Ananta,
they have been just looking at all of this and hearing what they're saying about this game. No exaggeration to say, we're eating good tonight, boys. We are eating good tonight, lads.
they are figuring that out. Lastly, I do want to note that there is an image circulating that Ananta, the release date is scheduled for 2026, likely around July or later. According to a leading gaming magazine, Ananta will debut on PC and PlayStation with the Android and iOS versions to follow. So PC and PlayStation initially, which if you look at that release window, it's probably going to end up coming out around the same time as GTA 6, and I would say GTA 6 right now is scheduled for May of 2026.
Exactly what they're aiming for.
Potentially being delayed. I actually think Ananta coming out around the same time as GTA 6, this is one of those games that it might be a big thing for this game to come out around the same time, because ultimately this is a game where a large portion of the people are going to be playing on PC.
And yeah, and they want to give GTA and Rockstar some competition, and they're going to do it, and they're going to be rather successful. Now, do we think that Ananta is going to outsell GTA 6? Well, I mean, you have to buy GTA 6, whereas Ananta is free to play. I don't know. In terms of worldwide revenue, especially this is a Chinese studio releasing it to China as well as to the rest of the world, I think it is possible that they could potentially outstrip GTA 6 in terms of revenue. And they're doing it with the bold tactic of practically giving away the store. Nothing is guaranteed, but I think that is a strong possibility.
PC isn't getting Grand Theft Auto 6 anyway, so you're talking about a different audience that's going to gravitate towards this game. There's a lot of talk over Grand Theft Auto 6 being $100, maybe $80, $90, $100. It's going to have, a lot of monetization.
$100 for GTA 6.
If you're coming out with a game
that's
a totally different aesthetic style, and I feel like it's going to target a different audience, inherently it's going to have a different audience because it's coming out on PC. Yes, it'll be on PlayStation.
I mean, in this economy, in this day and age, I know there's going to be some poor saps that are willing to pay $100 for GTA 6, but most of us who still live in reality, can we say that we'd be willing to pay $100 for GTA 6 when we can have Ananta for free? GTA 6 is cooked if it retails for $100. It really is cooked. That is a ridiculous price to pay for a game. I can still remember a time when that would buy you 2, 3, maybe even 4 games. And if you catch a sale in the Steam shop at just the right time of year, you actually can get a lot of games for $100. Yeah, I'd rather just play Ananta.
5 as well, but it's a free game. I actually think this is one of those games that I'm sure that the team developing the game isn't really thinking about GTA 6, but I actually think that it coming out around the same time as GTA 6 from an optics standpoint, can turn out to be pretty well. And again, GTA...
They are wise to not think too much about their competition. It's better if they just act like the competition doesn't even exist. Just stay in your lane, lock in, do your thing.
6 is such a different game. You're talking about Ananta being this anime aesthetic GTA is a juggernaut. Nothing's gonna stop GTA. However, Ananta coming out around the same time as GTA, I'm not talking about Ananta stopping GTA. It's about Ananta utilizing GTA and the aspects of GTA to differentiate itself, and on top of that, because GTA is gonna be so in the news cycle, it'll just be a talking point for Ananta to be put in there, and it's coming out on PC, so you're talking about inherently it having a different audience right off the bat. I actually think that would be a great decision, and I don't think they're meticulously thinking about, oh, let's put this game out around the same time as GTA. And I think there are a few games that could come out around the same time as GTA, but Ananta is one of those because of the style of game that it is, because it's free to play, and that monetization is going to be such a big talking point in a good way with Ananta, and it's on PC. I actually think it would be beneficial, and if nothing else, it'll be a net neutral it coming out around the same time. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a ton of updates on Ananta. This is quickly becoming one of the more anticipated games of 2026. Let me know all of your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're...
Yeah, we're going to give that a like. There's the link if everyone wants to go check out the video for themselves. Let's see, elsewhere in gaming news, we've got another big one. They're going to be released. Sega has got a new one. Actually, a new old one. We're getting Yakuza Kiwami 3. Yakuza 3 is being remade with an updated game engine and combat, and even a really cool DLC. Can't imagine anyone who isn't excited for Ananta. I know I am. I really want to play this when it comes out.